all have joined a trade caravan that runs from Waterdeep south to there's about a dozen or so wagons in this caravan, and each of you has joined throughout the course of its travels at different cities or different stops along the way, and none of you know each other yet, apart from maybe changing a wagon wheel here, hunting some wolves there, as is your charge as a security or whatever your roles are in the wagon caravan. And at this point in time, the caravan is stopped just outside of, if I can move everybody, just to the south of Verdusk. And you should see a little shield marker there. And you're kind of getting ready to bed down for the night. The 5 of you have been assigned for the next day's job, since the caravan kind of has a rotating duties. You've all been assigned the rear guard. The caravan just generally consists of various merchants peddling their wares along the tradeway, and there's one passenger cart that picks up and drops off various people traveling between town to town. And there's also a very heavily kind of fortified, really thick oak two-wheeled alchemical cart in the back, where the train keeps kind of its general supplies and valuables. So, you all make camp somewhere near the rear of the caravan, preparing for your duties tomorrow on your trek to Greenest. It's estimated that you'll arrive in Greenest about 9 o'clock or so. And so you all kind of sit down to dinner around the campfire, and just describe what we see. Describe what each of your characters looks like. What is everybody else seeing? Anybody that wants to start can.
Well, as a former chef, I'm helping the party enjoy their evening with a decent bite to eat. It's nothing special without a kitchen, but as a former chef to nobility, I'm trying to make best of the situation.
And what
I don't think you described your character.
Yeah, what's your appearance? What's your appearance?
I'm a fairly beefy female half-orc.
Female.
A beefy female half-orc. I love it.
Did you see his... Up for a challenge, are you, huh? That's a hard role to play.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, that's a hard role to play, man.
You would know.
Hey, that was the decision of the dice. Thank you very much.
Like everything else.
Well, as the beefy female half-orc gathers around the campfire and prepares some stew or whatever, what are the rest of you doing? What do the rest of you look like?
Oh, there's another lady.
Being the sharp-looking human that he is, I would probably just be returning from trying to collect any plants that I might have found useful, or brewing any of my potions, or just to be trying things out. And after settling down by the campfire, Ender would be pulling out his holy symbol to kind of wipe it clean and make sure everything's in a nice, neat, and orderly fashion. Well, yeah. Well, at the same time pondering in his head what led him here and his life choices.
Very cool.
It's pretty deep.
All right, so we've got the beefy female half-orc stirring the pot, and the human male scrubbing down and polishing his holy symbol, looking pensively into the fire.
Alright, so you also see a large, brutish half-elf wearing dark clothing. He's leaning on a massive pike, just staring into the fire.
Ominous.
Ominous. Oh, I forgot.
All right, so next to the human that's sitting there targeting, you see this little short gnome. We're talking like 3 foot, maybe 50 pounds. His hair is pretty long, shoulder length apart. It's dreadlocks, and then you see this magnificent beard, which is actually just like a goatee. And he's sitting there talking to this gnome, and he says, "You guys just hear him sitting there constantly talking. You know what you really need?" And he pulls out this tub of cooking oil. This is what it really is. It's cooking fat, and it's in this little tin. And he's sitting here telling the knight, "This is what you really need. That thing will make this thing shine the shiniest it ever will be." What god is that, by the way? I wonder what kind of god that is. Is he a good god? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe. But you really need this tub of cream. You should buy it.
Spend my
I
cooking
have
oil,
it.
Corey.
Best one in place. Best thing ever.
Do not bother me, little one.
Why are you so grumpy? Everybody's so grumpy. I don't know. I don't know. Look at this guy. He doesn't even want to talk as he points over to Hambly. I love talking. Talking's so much fun. Everybody, aren't we having a great adventure? This is great.
All right, so Warlin carries on kind of chatting with everybody. And who's the last figure we see around the fire?
You see another lady that is not beefy. She's an elf with dark hair and wearing kind of an assortment of patched together neutral colors, and kind of watching everybody and not saying too much, because this is the largest group of people she's been around in a long time.
All right. It's a lot of quiet folks, except for
So
one.
quiet. I love being loud. Loud is so much fun. Everybody's so quiet. You look so
Do you know how to be quiet,
No, not really.
little creature?
I'll
No.
be happy when we can get to Green next.
What's in Green Nest? What are you looking for there?
It's personal.
Oh. I'm on a personal quest too. I can't tell you. It's personal.
Ander just kind of rolls his eyes and then focuses back on cleaning all of his equipment meticulously.
Warlin walks up to you, Ander, and says, "When you're done cleaning that, would you clean these?" And he opens up his coat tail, and you see around his neck, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 13 necklaces of different deities. Just their pendants all around their neck. I got this one, this one, this one, this one. Anyone you want to clean? You want to clean any of these?
I'll mention I clean. I do not. I cook. I do not clean.
No, these need to be polished. They need to be in pristine condition. I never know which one I'm going to need. Speaking of which, I should probably just use my own polishing tin, because this thing is the greatest thing ever. So, Warlin sits down and uses the cooking oil to shine his pendants, mimicking Ander.
While Warren's shining his pendants, I've sneak in a glance at what he's got, like what the trinkets are and all that.
What is Gore see you polishing there, Warland?
Hey, Ryan, what is the setting? Is the Hoard of the Dragon Queen set in the Forgotten Realms?
Faerun, yeah, Forgotten Realms. You guys are in the Green Hills region. It's kind of grassland and deciduous forest.
There are a bunch of holy symbols, and I'm going to say, if you want to know what they are, you should probably roll a religion check and see if the DM says it's good enough.
Well, I'm actually more interested in the value of the trinkets.
Oh, well,
Clearly.
you see they're pretty crudely crafted. All of them look to be of metal make, but some of them are on chains that could be of metal make, but the majority of them are on like wooden, or not wooden, like silk ropes.
Alright, I lose interest and continue staring into the fire.
Damn, I thought I was going to have to break out the
Simple.
player handbook already.
Simple people still don't even know what deities watch over you.
Oh, I know which deities watch over me. All of them. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Whichever one suits them.
You naive little man. It must be happy living in your head. Lots of room to run around.
Oh, I assure you enough. There's lots of room, but not for running. It's tiring.
As everyone sits around, the large orc stumbles around idly and takes a look at the cart that she's been assigned to move along the next day.
Quickly enough, Orland gives up polishing. Says, "Nah, I can't do this." And he walks up to.
Ender finishes.
He walks up to Gore, or the big beefy guy, and says, "So where are you from?"
I turn my head because I can hear some noises, and it sounds like hushed voices that are deep in the woods behind us.
Go away, little man.
What is it? What
Pretty
is what is your name? Elf, I believe you are.
What is my name? I think it's, oh yeah, Elora. So anyway, yeah,
What
it sounds
do you
like
hear?
voices. It sounds like voices, but they're hushed. So somebody trying to have a fervent conversation.
Where's the rest of the
You said you heard
Where's
voices.
the rest of the
They
trade
should be quiet.
caravan people?
The rest of the caravan are kind of camped alongside the caravan. The merchants are sleeping kind of in or next to their wagons, and you all are part of about a dozen or so security people, and they're all kind of camped next to whatever station, either the fore guard or wherever their station is going to be for the next day. They have all kind of camped along the wagon train, and you're probably, you're probably a good 30 or 40 feet from the next campsite. You can't hear anything really coming from the other camps.
Ender's going to take his holy symbol and put it on, wrap it around his neck, put the necklace on, and when he thinks nobody's looking, he's gonna mutter a few words under his breath, and I'm gonna use my cantrip of light to just make my holy symbol glow just a little bit. More for show than anything.
Orland's gonna look up at Yalara and see if she's like intensively thinking something dangerous is out there, or is it just that she hears voices?
Julianne continues inspecting the cart, making sure none of the wheels are about to fall off from loose screws.
Ilara, you mentioned you hear some voices. I do not hear anything. Did I make a perception check with Ryan to? I want to try to listen to hear what she's. If she's. What
I'm
she's hearing.
using everyone's passive perception for this, but since she alerted you to it, you want to listen intently. Yeah, absolutely. Make me a perception check.
I hope I clicked the right button here. Yay!
Okay, you can hear what she's talking about coming from the woods behind you, not in the direction of the wagon train, but further into the woods. You're all kind of camped on the side of the road, but there's a fairly dense forest kind of surrounding this area, and you hear what sounds like kind of hushed voices or chanting and somewhat of a commotion, like twig snapping, but it sounds like it's somewhat far off of the trail.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party and say, "All right, everyone," moving my hands like this. I think there might be something out there.
Well, of course
Maybe
there's
we
things
should
out here.
act
We're in
like
the
the
forest.
guards we are and get up, and we should go investigate this.
It could be anything.
And that means right now, people, get up. You, half orc. The wheels are fine. Would you like to join the rest of the guards?
I'm getting paid to guard the cart, not guard the giant middle of nowhere in the forest.
You don't say. Maybe you would like to join the rest of us and act like guards for this cart and go find out what's making all the noise.